I think security is one of the hottest fields right now because in any company out there, any organization has a need for security. We cover all the material that you need to know to write your Security Plus. This course is the second term that it's running now. It's a new elective. I already have had a couple of students that got their Security Plus. So just to describe what we have here in this cabinet, we have bundles of devices. These three devices are Cisco routers. You can see that they have different ports. We have Ethernet ports here, fast Ethernet ports, console port, auxiliary port for connecting modems for remote configuration. We have serial ports that are used to do WAN area or wide area connectivity or WAN connections. And also we have an ISDN port which is also used for WAN connections as well. So we have three routers in this bundle, and they're pretty much configured with the same ports. And here we have two 2900 series switches from Cisco. They have 24 fast Ethernet ports as well as 2 gigabit ports that are used to connect devices that are much faster, usually servers. Now the device at the top is actually a WAN emulator, wide area networking emulator device by another company called Adtran, and what it does is it actually emulates a frame relay cloud or an ISDN network, which would be basically the property of a telco. So if you want to have a couple of routers, if you want to emulate a couple of routers connecting together in a wide area network, what we do is connect each router to this device, and this device represents our actual telco that will provide this WAN connectivity. So we can actually emulate WAN connections in the lab. We have 4 groups of these routers, as well as some security devices down here, which are basically Cisco PICS firewall devices that are used to do things like firewalling and VPN, which is virtual private networking access to the corporate office. The panel is actually connected to the wall jacks, and then the students can patch into the wall jacks using cables, and they can access the Cisco devices. These pod arrangements are used by different courses, including our introductory NET 555 course, and then our more advanced NET 655, NET 656, and NET 657 courses. Today here we have the NET 657 course running, a lab in this course, which is a network security course. So we can actually spend a few minutes to look at a couple of demos. Ethereal is a very useful protocol analyzer, which is used to capture network packets in real time. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to access a web page, and we're going to see what the packets are that are sent by this computer and received by this computer in the process of accessing this web page. Now the good thing about the way the packets are shown is that they're color-coded, so we know that by looking at the color we can tell what kind of packet it is. For example, if we look at this light green color here, this is a DNS packet here. So if we just click it and then we go to the bottom, it will tell us what is inside this particular packet, which is basically a frame, an Ethernet frame. You will see that this is 79 bytes of data that has been captured. It uses the Ethernet 2 format for Ethernet communications, which is a typical format used for TCP/IP. It will show us the source Ethernet address, which is the MAC address or physical address of the device. It will show us the destination physical address or MAC address. Then we can expand these and we can see more information about the header of the frame and the type of protocol that is contained within this frame, which is basically IP. If you're going to be doing things like web banking, you absolutely need a browser that supports the strongest possible encryption that's out there. So the bank itself will set up an HTTPS service to allow you to access their information in an encrypted way, but the browser also needs to support SSL. There's a lot of other things that we do as well in the security course. Later on, in the next few weeks, we're going to be looking at how you can secure email. Again, a lot of it is based on encryption. We're going to be looking at how you can do secure wireless communications using our Cisco wireless routers. And as well as we're going to be extensively playing with firewalls based on Windows and Linux operating systems. And we also have projects where the last 4 or 5 weeks of the course is basically a project where groups of students are going to decide on what they want to work on, and whether it's a research project or actually implementing some kind of a security system in class. And then we're going to do formal presentations to the whole class where, you know, we had to do a PowerPoint presentation if it's a research project, or a live presentation of the security system and so forth.